Hey, welcome back in today's video. It looks like the Josh Moran attack against Titanic Sinclair that was supposedly videoed, someone has found a deleted Reddit post. Now this has been circulating all day and a lot of people have been asking me to put my input on it, so we're gonna do that. Additionally, Poppy released a video talking about drama. Seems like it was directed at the Mars Argo lawsuit, and also it appears that Titanic Sinclair has been talking to more people than we knew. Over on the Repzilla Twitter, we have the deleted Reddit post. Now, this was originally found by Irrelevant News. She spent a lot of time researching on this, so if you guys have any questions, I'm going to put her Twitter in the description so you guys can go ahead and check that out. Client who sent death threats via text attacked me at my home yesterday, and my security cameras got the whole thing. What next? I make videos for a living, and a management company I often work with hired me to make 3 videos for one of their artists for a flat fee. 2 out of 3 were completed, and the artist manager told me to hold off on finishing the 3rd because the artist was unstable and they didn't know if he would remain with the team. I agree with his management, and they gave me a retainer to complete the 3rd video when they find the time appropriate. The artist and I remain friends. I shoot 5 more days of footage with him in the recording studios he was working out of. He moved out of state on a whim after being caught cheating on his girlfriend, and a group of friends and I all received death threats for hanging out with the girl he cheated on. Now I'm wondering, could the girl that he cheated on, who could that be? A few months later, I start receiving threatening emails and texts about the money I owe him. He has his business manager contact me about this, and I respond asking why he's asking for money that belongs to his management and if he is going to pay me for the 5 days of work I did with him. No response. Fast forward a couple weeks and in come the death threats. I don't think anything of it. Anyone I know who knows him understands how nuts this guy is. So I get a text yesterday to come outside and settle unfinished business. He is visibly shaking and sounds like he is about to cry when he talked. I extended my hand to shake his, and he lifted both of his up and said, "Nah man, it isn't like that." I offer him a seat and ask him what the situation is. He accuses me of owing him money, which I explain is not true. He accuses me of ripping off his idea for a video I wrote and directed, and I show him examples from 2007, 2012 where I did the same video effects as the one I did for him in 2014. Then he never used and told his management and my friends he hated. And finally he says, "So you're gonna look me in the eyes and say you don't owe me anything." I told him after he threatened the lives of my friends as well as mine, I don't owe him anything, and he just snapped. Next thing I know, I'm smashed through the lawn chair I was sitting in after he sucker punched me, and I'm doing everything I can to keep this 6'3" monster off of me. He ran away, and I called the police, file a report, etc. The neighbors saw everything go down and called 911 as well. Anyways, I'm just wondering what the next step should be in making sure this guy gets put away. I received texts from another friend who was with him after and saw he was begging me not to press charges because he would for sure be going to jail at least a couple years. I'm guessing he must have something similar going on already. He sent a nice heart emoji afterwards and I didn't respond. But I let his friend know the whole thing is on camera and the police were already involved. I'm getting a restraining order today. I just got assaulted, and this is pretty much what this is. And I have the link to this. It's going to be in the description as well. Now clearly this does coincide with the security footage that was released on Poppy's profile. It is pretty much a play-by-play. Now if we look at this fully, we can see more than likely this is evidence of Poppy and Josh Moran being in a relationship, meaning that Poppy was in fact cheated on by Josh Moran, and apparently this would be her so-called abuser, as the story lines up. One comment from the community got my attention on this. I don't think Mosh is innocent. he gives me the creeps, but I don't think he's related to the Mars Argo lawsuit. And that is right. That is one thing that we know for sure. The incident shown where it looks like Josh Moran did attack Titanic Sinclair. This is a play-by-play from a deleted Reddit post coinciding with that video on the supposable Josh Moran. We don't know, but it does look like it's adding up to be that. If that is true, then Josh Moran would be the one that Poppy dated, and this would be the abuser that Poppy is talking about if it's true. Now, what that means is, if you watched yesterday's video with Nick Rikita, the real lawyer explaining the case, this would be a supposable way that they would try to link the two cases into one. If they are able to pull that off, that is one of the only chances that they stand to even have an upper hand in this case. Now, there are many holes in this, absolutely. Number one is we don't know for sure if this is Josh Moran. It could be a desperate attempt for them just to be trying anything that they can do. Number two, this man in the video attacking Titanic Sinclair has nothing to do with Titanic Sinclair attacking Mars Argo. That abuse still stands. That evidence pertains to and against Titanic Sinclair and Poppy. Whatever this is a separate incident. But mark my words, this is, and why they posted these videos and are going after Josh Moran, they are trying to connect him into the current Mars Argo lawsuit. Drama. Let's check that out.
My name is Poppy and I live in Hollywood. Hollywood could not exist without drama.
Now, she's saying that Hollywood cannot exist without drama, no doubt talking about the current lawsuit that she is in against Mars Argo.
People like to watch other people on TV and on the internet.
So this is a specific part that I want to talk about, where she's saying people come to Hollywood to get famous, but not everybody gets famous, and they sort of get sour at it, and it kind of looks like, well, you'll see.
So people move to Hollywood to become famous. Some people become famous, but most people do not.
She says some people become famous, but most do not. Now, this does seem like she is poking fun at Mars Argo, and I know a lot of people in the community do feel like that she's moved on from her regular videos, and now she's just using them to provoke and continue to upset Mars Argo, as the aesthetic has not changed from the copywriting that Mars Argo is going for, and it looks like the abuse is still continuing. This is really seeming like it.
I like being famous.
She says, I like being famous. She ends it on the I like being famous note and gives it a smile to the camera. Moving on to something that is confusing and I think is a little bit more mind-blowing than the Mars Argo lawsuit. I can't wrap my head on it, but I'm here to show you what it is, and I want to get your opinion on it. A lot of people have been sending me DMs from Titanic Sinclair in conversations of him with other people. Apparently, and I'm going to have to blur some of the names out to protect the ones that sent this in, but apparently a girl named Stephanie, aka Skyreact, knows Corey Titanic. As I said to you before, you can look through her older content as he has commented on her stuff. She provides a screenshot of him liking one of her Instagram photos. I believe this young woman is around the age of 16, maybe 15 years old, and he's having a conversation with her, asking her if she would like to go to Japan in January, and she says, I really want to go to Japan. Flights are cheap from Australia at the moment. Interestingly enough, there was one that came in from the Where's Mars Argo girl that said, I started talking to him when I was like 16, 17 though. Recently, I see. Just as in today, he stopped answering my DMs too. So weird. So I'm guessing he stopped answering the DMs right around the time of the lawsuit, and this must have provoked Skyreact, aka Stephanie, as she reaches out to Titanic Sinclair to say, "Okay, that's it. Can you tell me what's going on? I don't know whose side to take and it's bothering me. I've always been 100% on your side, but abuse is something I've dealt with, and I've had my own ex-boyfriend steal all of my ideas, and I reacted similar. I deleted all of my followers and I went into recluse. Please speak to me," pleading to Titanic Sinclair to reply to this young woman. "Also, with you unfollowing me and everything, it just made me feel so weird, like we just weren't friends anymore, and you're cutting me off. I'm heartbroken because you are my inspiration. With everything, you know, it's like, what is he really doing that stuff? Tell me, I want to hear." Titanic, as you can see, this is clearly Titanic, says, "Hey, obviously with all of the lawyers involved, I can't talk about specifics right now, but it's very clear what she's trying to do to me. I'm going to be able to say what actually happened soon. The truth always comes out, and this case is going to shed light on who she really is." Skyreact returns saying, "Yeah, I thought too. Lawyers, that's why I didn't message sooner, but it was getting to me. And obviously, I don't go public with anything you say to me. That's been the case for years now. I value what we have a lot. And to make a statement rather than take you down, I was there for you a lot that time, and I remember how distraught you were when your project fell apart. Make sure it all comes out. Don't hold back. I did that and it felt so good. I love you and support you." Now clearly, these two individuals had a relationship going on, as I'm not sure what the narrative of this is, but it's something that I needed to show to you. Now moving forward back to, that's even going to make it even stranger. Now here's one where the Stephanie girl, Skyreact, is talking about her relationship with Titanic Sinclair, where she says, "He told me they were broken up though, but they were still releasing videos," obviously talking about Mars Argo. So basically, this could be the girl that Titanic cheated on Mars Argo with. Now I have reached out to her. I am waiting for a reply, so maybe we can get more info on that. It looks like there's some bombshells dropping on this. I'm not sure what this means for Titanic Sinclair to be talking to these young women and what that might mean for the case or anything like that. But as interesting as this is, and you know it's interesting, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think. So why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and or interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes. And as always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. Yeah, it's very strange. It's just like the rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper. But I know that you're repping. If you're not repping, you're Gregging. And how do you become a member of the Rep Squad? All you gotta do is subscribe with notifications turned on. Be in the comment section after every single video, because I'm gonna be there. Greg the Cat's gonna be there, and the rest of the Rep Squad is going to be there. And I hope to see you there too, because this channel loves you. Don't forget to follow the Twitter.